what floats your boat? Why do some objects float while others sink? The concept of buoyancy was discovered by Archimedes of Syracuse, a Greek mathematician. The story behind the discovery of buoyancy is as follows. King Hiero II had given a bar of gold to a goldsmith and asked him to make a crown out of it. Later on, when the goldsmith gave the king his crown, the king suspected that the goldsmith was a thief. He thought that the goldsmith had kept some of the gold for himself and had given the king a crown that was part gold, part silver. King Hiero asked Archimedes to find out whether the goldsmith was a thief or not. Later that night, when Archimedes was taking a bath, he realized that as he got in the water level rose. Archimedes realized that if the crown and the original bar of gold were placed into water, the water level would rise as well. This is because when anything is placed into liquid, the liquid is displaced by the volume of the object placed in it. If the goldsmith had not stolen any gold, the crown and the bar of gold would have displaced the same amount of water. However, when the crown and the bar of gold were placed into water, the bar of gold raised the water level higher than the crown did. The bar of gold displaced more water because silver is less dense than gold. Archimedes had proven that the suspicions the king had were correct, and that the goldsmith had kept some of the gold for himself. So how can something so giant and heavy like a cruise ship stay afloat in water while something so light and tiny like a pebble cannot? The cruise ship is less dense than the water around it. However, the pebble is more dense than the water around it. If we were to put the pebble into liquid mercury, the pebble would float because it would be less dense than mercury. Another factor contributing to buoyancy is surface area. For example, as humans, we can float in water on our backs, but not on our feet, because when we're laying down, we have a greater surface area than when we're standing up. More buoyant force pushes up on the cruise ship than it does on the pebble, because the cruise ship has a larger surface area. Say the year is 1912. The Titanic is making its maiden voyage. Although the Titanic weighs 46,000 tons, it can stay afloat. Everything was going fine until the crew ignored the iceberg warnings and soon struck an iceberg. This created a gash in the ship's side, and the Titanic started taking on water. The water weighed the ship down and caused it to sink. The water changed the volume of the ship, therefore changing the displacement the water had, which means that the buoyant force was not pushing up on the surface area of the ship as much as it needed to keep the Titanic afloat.